Welcome everybody to this edition of Mark Knight Television. I am your host, the execution of Mark Knight, aka XM Nightbuster, aka the Mark of Excellence, aka M Dub, and all those other things in between. I just want to say thank you for your undying support. I really appreciate everything that you guys have done for me at this time, as far as like support my videos and hitting me up on Twitter and YouTube and on Facebook and on SoundCloud. I really appreciate what you guys are doing for me. I appreciate all the new connections I keep making on a daily basis. Everyone from Brooklyn, California, Harlem, Japan, London, Canada, and everywhere in between. That's what we do. Like the fedora? I'm hoping that you guys do. It's been a minute since I did a last pro wrestling review. And of course, right about now, the Extreme Rules pay-per-view is on at this very moment. I'm not watching it because I feel the need not to want to drop my money on watching WWE right about now, because it is what it is. But I'm not anti-WWE, so I don't want you guys to think that, I'm just broadening my taste and horizons in the art of professional wrestling, because there's more to professional wrestling than WWE and TNA. And I've said this time and time again. So we're going to get right down to the bare facts. I want to talk about heel turns. Now, everyone who don't know what the term heel turn means basically it's when your favorite good guy turns bad, or some guy who might be on the lower level or on a mid-card level is looking to go to the next level to become the next top face of the company, which would be the top villain, the top antagonist, if you will. And I want to do a comparison. I want to compare smart heel turns to dumb heel turns. Let's go to WWE, for example. This year, well, at the start of the year, they did a partial face turn with the Big Show all the way up until WrestleMania, this past WrestleMania, having them team up with Sheamus and Randy Orton to take on The Shield. Now, internet rumors were going around saying that it was going to be Randy Orton that was going to turn rule breaker, because he has a desire and an inkling to do so. He wants to be the top villain so that they can balance out the lack of villains on SmackDown. Big Show wanted to prove his worth, that he can be trusted with these guys, him and Sheamus and Randy Orton, to take out the Shield, because the Shield has been running through everybody like a bad enema and has been taking everybody out. They've beaten everyone. So far, they are the only faction in the WWE who has been used right. They have not been beaten by anybody. They've not lost the match on TV, pay-per-view, house show, whatever. They have not lost the match. But eventually, Big Show end up turning on Orton, turning on Sheamus by knocking Randy Orton out at WrestleMania and laying out Sheamus as well, after being hit by mistake. So now him and Randy Orton are feuding, and it didn't make sense to me, because here you have Big Show, who was hot off of losing the heavyweight title to Alberto Del Rio, and was doing this anti-immigrant thing and anti-Hispanic thing, and it just so happens that once he gets attacked by the Shield, he turns babyface, and then he goes on to attack Randy Orton and Sheamus and becomes a full-fledged villain once again. That does not make any sense to me. Kind of like Bully Ray being a villain and then going and doing a 150, turning good, and then doing another 90 degrees and turn villain once again to become the world champion in TNA wrestling. That made no sense to me whatsoever, and to a lot of wrestling fans. Those are very dumb heel turns. Those are very stupid and ridiculous heel turns. They make no sense. They join the Aces and Eights. You just got beat down. You know, someone has to take their licks and their beating every now and then. Everyone has to take their licks. I got a huff and puff on that one. That's really stupid. But a smart heel turn. And it's not because I'm biased to strong style wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's not that I'm biased to, King's Road, All Japan Pro Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Noah and DDT and, the independent wrestling scene like Doghouse Pro Wrestling, and, NIDW, New Division of Independent Wrestling, or American Championship Entertainment, or just the East Coast independent wrestling scene. But some things show more relevance and show more intelligence. I'm going to focus on a smart heel turn. I'm going to focus on the formation of the Bullet Club. Now, the Bullet Club is a brand new faction that formed in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And the culmination of that forming took place at the last New Japan Pro Wrestling pay-per-view, which was called Wrestling Dontaku 2013. Now, this momentum started a few shows back. And this is where it all starts from. It started from the Road to Tokyo Dome and to the New Beginning pay-per-views that New Japan Pro Wrestling has graciously put out and that a couple of people on YouTube has put out. And you sit and you watch and you begin to start to see pieces of things come together. The formation of the Bullet Club formed like this. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, Prince Devitt, had been on such a streak since recapturing the IWGP Championship belt from Low-Ki and Kota Ibushi. I might have said his name wrong, I'm not too sure. After recapturing the title, him and the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, have had tag team matches against Captain New Japan and Hiroshi Tanahashi. And in the very first tag match that they had, Prince Devitt did the unthinkable. He got the pinfall over Tanahashi, who at the time was the heavyweight champion. Now, because of that, traditionally, the person who pins the heavyweight champion becomes the number one contender and should automatically get a shot at the world title, or in this case, the IWGP world title. Prince Devitt would have been considered the number 5 contender after Tanahashi had successful defenses against Yujiro Takahashi, Minoru Suzuki, Kazuchika Okada, Carl Anderson, and up until this point recently losing the heavyweight title at the last pay-per-view, Invasion Attack. So, Tanahashi declined any chance of Devitt getting a crack at his belt. So naturally that would eat somebody up, and that ate up at Devitt. So in various tag matches with Anderson against Tanahashi and Captain New Japan, you would see a slight change in his attitude, slight change in his demeanor, the way that he would taunt and mock Tanahashi and call Tanahashi out, and then, for example, talk about how he would just like run through all of New Japan because he's the junior heavyweight champion, the junior ace in the company, and has beaten everybody. He's wrestled everyone in that division, and even if New Japan has to go on the outside to gain people to come in to take him on, he's beating everybody. He's beating everyone from Noah. He's beating everyone from DDT. He's beating everyone within New Japan. He's even beating people in Mexico and in the UK. So what is there left for him to do except for to become the world champion? Bringing things to speed. Invasion Attack. The Invasion Attack pay-per-view saw for the very last time Apollo 55, Apollo Go Go, challenged the Time Splitters for the IWGP Junior Tag Team title. They lost, which was Apollo Go Go. They lost to Alex Shelley and Kushida. And, of course, naturally, this was eating up inside Prince Devitt. So at the end of the match, he turns on his longtime tag team partner, Ryusuke Taguchi, and out of nowhere, King Fale comes into the mix and lays out not only the Time Splitters, not only Taguchi, but he also lays out Captain New Japan. This then formed these were the seeds planted for the formation of the Bullet Club. Now, you ask yourself, well, what's going to happen now? Who else is going to join this brand new clique, this brand new army? And it just so happens the last two guys that joined the clique was none other than Tama Tonga, who's the son of Ming, who is one half of the CMLL World Tag Team Champions, and the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson. So it's interesting how this took place. Anderson and Tonga attacks Tanahashi after their match at the Wrestling Done Talk pay-per-view. And they got together. Now here, you have Tanahashi, who is the ace of the New Japan Pro Wrestling, and has beaten everybody like a bad animal. Ran through everyone like a bad animal. And retained his title. Has yet to really face some serious losses except for the Invasion Attack pay-per-view. Except for the time when he was pinned by Prince Devitt. In the meantime, during all of this, Tanahashi also got pinfall victories over Carl Anderson. And he got a pinfall victory over him at the New Beginning pay-per-view. And he also got victories. He got a victory over Prince Devitt. I forgot about that too. He has a pinfall victory over Prince Devitt in a non-title champion versus champion match at the what pay-per-view was it? The New Japan 41st anniversary show. There we go. So naturally, these guys feeling like, okay, well, you know what? There's a lot going on, and we're not going to be kept out of the radar. Because if you look at it, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, you have two of the top heel factions going at it for just dominance in New Japan Pro Wrestling. This hadn't been seen in a while since Team 2000 taking on NWO 2000. Okay? Muto's NWO, if you will, versus Team 2000. That hadn't been seen in a while. So here you got Suzuki Gun on one corner going at it with Chaos. But in the midst of all of this chaos, another clique starts to rise up and starts to form. And it's the American or the foreign group or the Gaijin wrestlers banding together to make a name for themselves in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Already, you have two Polynesian, you have an American, and then you have a Irishman together, known as the Bullet Club. Fale the Underboss, Tama Tonga, the Machine Gun, together, along with Prince Devitt, looking to make some noise. And I think they're going to disrupt everything that's going on in New Japan right now, because there's a lot of, craziness going on. Here you got Chaos looking to hold on and to retain their four championships. The IWGP, actually five, excuse me. The IWGP Junior Tag Belts, what they just reclaimed. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship, held by Nakamura Shinsuke. You have the Never Open Weight Championship, held by Masato Tanaka, who was a part of Chaos. And you have the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, held by Okada. Oh wait, there's one more. You have the Global Honor Crown Tag Team titles, held by Izuika and Tano. So you have those 5 titles there. In Suzuki Gun, all you have are the NWA World Tag Team titles. New Japan, right now, their only open and free division titles are their Junior Tag Team titles, their Junior Heavyweight Championship, and their Tag Team Championships. So where does the Bullet Club fit in all this? They're going to fit in somehow. And they're going to do a damn good job. But needless to say, the build-ups to this is much better than the build-ups that we're seeing seen from all the way up to WrestleMania and post-WrestleMania. The heel turns in the WWE are a bit ridiculous. How is it that Ryback cries and complains that he wants to, be a villain because John Cena left him because he got beat up? John Cena suckered him in. That don't mean nothing. Brock Lesnar goes and destroys Triple H's office so that they can face off. It's ridiculous. But that's just my opinion. Well, folks, I'm about to roll out of here. Actually, I got some stuff I got to do. Get ready for work for mananas. But needless to say, if you like the video, please subscribe. If you love my music, I hope you do. Please follow me, soundcloud.com/Mark A. Morel. I got 2 group lists up there with some of my tracks and a bunch of other things up there as well. So please hit me up on that. Twitter, the little bird thing. XM Nightbuster. Add on to that. Add me there. Follow me there. Tweet me there. Whatever. Shout out to the God Lord Sadat X from Brand Nubian. Good talking to you during the course of this week. Peace and blessings to you, bro. Shout out to my homegirl Cody Brooks. Brooklyn Stand Up, my cousin. Scandal Black. Sean Bugatti, my cousin. All my dudes right there. Shout out to my dude Hemi Haas up in the Bronx. My man Joe Ellington. Shout out to you. Shout out to all my SAT 4 peoples and all my peoples from Graphic Arts and my University of Phoenix peoples. And of course, my Bushwick Parish United Methodist Church people. Shout out to my cousin Ernest up in Minnesota. Shout out to everyone that matters. You know what I'm saying? And big up to my nephew for graduating 2 weeks ago. Got his associate's degree, so I'm proud of him with that. And shout out to my niece, his little sister. She about to graduate next month, so that's good. So she about to get up in college. That's a good look right there. And for everyone that's about to become a graduate and is graduating, good looks to y'all. Best of luck to y'all and everything. And for before I bounce out too, shout out to all my peoples that participated in an event that I was at 2 weeks ago called Susio Fest, which was at the Doghouse 3 Sundays ago. It was a great wrestling show. Had a great time. It was good to see all the boys there. The Susio Clique, Rome, Mel Sanchez, Kamikaze, Happy the Clown, Necro Black, Dark Side, Stephen Persons, Zemus, Hush, Pinky Sanchez, everybody that I got a chance to see. I was really glad to see you guys, Fuego Calderon. It was just good seeing you guys there. I had a great time and I really enjoyed myself, because that's what it is. It's about enjoying yourself and living life and having a good time and just loving what you do. If there's anything I can impart on you guys right now is just continue loving what you do, stand by what you do, stand on your beliefs, because if you don't have nothing to stand for, you'll fall for everything. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, the Executioner Mark Knight. So again, follow me on Facebook, you know, Mark A. Morel. Catch me up on that Twitter, XM Nightbuster. Do that thing right there. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Do that there. Also, hit me up on Instagram if you like my photos. Do that. Please do that. Also, like I said, SoundCloud.com. I got them banging beats. So holla at your dude. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk business, we'll talk business. And because I'm looking for a break, so that's just basically what it is. And also, before I bounce to, shout out to all the cake makers. I'm gonna do something down the road. I'm gonna do a special project for a friend of mine. It's actually someone I really care about a lot. I'm gonna do a special project with her. I think I'm gonna do that to show off her skill as a cake maker and everything. So, you know, we about to get something off the ground with that. And shout out to my dude, Dietrich Davis. One love to everybody. This is your boy, Mark Knight, saying peace, one love. Trust God in everything that you do, because you know you'll make it with him and he will see you through. Peace.
Don't look now, but he's right behind us. Just